More than 20 million Americans over 65 live with cataracts today. That's 1 out of every 3 seniors. Yet in Japan, a country known for its healthy aging population, this number is far lower. I remember visiting a small town near Kyoto and seeing an 84-year-old man ride his bike to the market. His eyes, bright, clear, steady. When I asked what keeps him so sharp, he replied with a gentle laugh, "A persimmon a day." Today, I want to show you how one simple fruit from Japan, sweet, vibrant, and full of healing power, can support your vision as you age. Before we begin, I'd love to know, where are you watching this from, and what time is it for you right now? Let me know in the comments below. I look forward to reading them. And don't forget to subscribe so you won't miss what's coming next. The shocking truth about vision loss up to 60, most of my patients never see it coming. Pun intended. Their eyesight begins to blur, colors lose their brightness, and the world feels just a little bit dimmer. They often brush it off as just age. But behind this quiet fading of vision is something far more common than many realize. In the United States, nearly 1/3 of adults over 60 experience significant vision changes. Cataracts, dry eyes, macular degeneration. These aren't rare conditions. They are everyday realities, silently affecting the way our elders read, drive, or simply enjoy the sight of a grandchild's smile. But here's what's quietly worrying. So much of this could be prevented, or at least slowed down. As a doctor working with seniors for over 20 years, I've seen this over and over. Many Americans consume diets high in sugar, processed oils, and lacking the nutrients that our eyes desperately need, especially antioxidants, vitamin A, and carotenoids. Our eyes are sensitive organs. They are exposed to light, pollution, and internal stress daily. Without protection, the cells in the retina begin to wear down. Vision becomes cloudy. Night driving feels unsafe. Reading becomes exhausting. And slowly, life starts to shrink. One of my patients, Mr. Sanders, once told me, "It's like I'm living inside a fog I can't wipe away." It doesn't have to be this way. Across the ocean in Japan, elders in their 70s and 80s are still biking, reading newspapers without glasses, and even doing calligraphy by hand. What's different? Among many factors, one stands out clearly: what they eat. And yes, it all starts with something as simple as a fruit. Let's explore what makes the Japanese approach to food so protective for their eyes. The fruit you should eat daily, it's small, sweet, and the color of autumn leaves. In Japan, this fruit is more than just a seasonal treat. It's a symbol of health, longevity, and gentle healing. I'm talking about the persimmon. Known as kaki in Japanese, persimmons have been part of traditional diets for centuries. They're often gifted between families in the fall, dried for winter, or eaten fresh with breakfast. But for many Japanese elders, this fruit is more than cultural. It's essential for their eyes. So why persimmons? These vibrant orange fruits are packed with vitamin A, vitamin C, lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene. Nutrients directly linked to eye health. Vitamin A keeps the surface of the eye, the cornea, healthy. Lutein and zeaxanthin help filter harmful blue light and reduce the risk of macular degeneration. Beta-carotene, a precursor to vitamin A, helps keep vision sharp and night blindness at bay. And unlike supplements, persimmons offer these nutrients in a form your body can absorb easily, along with natural fiber and antioxidants. I once asked an elderly Japanese patient in her 80s, sharp-eyed, and still enjoying her morning walks, what her daily routine looked like. She laughed softly and said, "I don't take pills, but I never skip my kaki." There's also something gentle about the way persimmons are eaten in Japan. They're often peeled and served carefully on small plates, sometimes with a sprinkle of sea salt or a cup of green tea. The act of eating is slow, thoughtful, and full of appreciation. This kind of eating is not just good for the body, it's good for the spirit. Even science has started catching up with what Japanese tradition has long known. A study published in the Journal of Food Science found that the antioxidants in persimmons help reduce oxidative damage in the retina, a leading cause of vision decline in aging adults. Another benefit? Anti-inflammatory power. Chronic, low-grade inflammation is behind many age-related conditions, including cataracts and dry eyes. Persimmons contain flavonoids and tannins that help calm this invisible fire within the body. But it's not just about nutrients, it's also about habit. In Japan, it's common to eat seasonally. When autumn comes, persimmons are everywhere, from home kitchens to market stalls. This seasonal rhythm means that people naturally rotate through fruits and vegetables that match the body's needs at different times of the year. Autumn, when the air becomes dry and the days grow shorter, is a time when eyes often feel tired or strained. And right then, nature provides a fruit designed to nourish the eyes. How poetic is that? So while persimmons may be lesser known in the US, they are a quiet secret of Japan's longevity. And now, they're becoming more available in American supermarkets, especially in the fall months. You don't need to live in Japan to bring this healing habit into your life. One persimmon a day, just one, can be a delicious natural step toward protecting your vision as you age. Let's take a closer look at the specific nutrients inside this fruit and how they protect your eyes at a cellular level. The secret nutrient that protects aging eyes. Let's talk about what's inside this humble fruit that makes it such a powerful ally for your eyes. Persimmons aren't just sweet, they're a nutritional powerhouse, especially when it comes to vision. At the heart of their benefits are three key compounds: lutein, zeaxanthin, and beta-carotene. These nutrients belong to a group called carotenoids, natural pigments found in brightly colored fruits and vegetables. And they're especially concentrated in parts of the eye like the retina and macula. So what do? Lutein and zeaxanthin act like sunglasses inside your eyes. They help filter out harmful blue light, the kind emitted from phones, TVs, and computer screens. Over time, exposure to this light can damage the macula, the part of your eye responsible for sharp, central vision. That's why people with low levels of these nutrients are at higher risk for macular degeneration. Eating foods rich in lutein and zeaxanthin, like persimmons, helps replenish your eye's natural defenses. Then there's beta-carotene, which your body converts into vitamin A. Vitamin A plays a critical role in maintaining a clear cornea and supports the function of the retina. Without enough of it, you might notice dry eyes, night blindness, or even more serious vision problems over time. Persimmons offer all three, plus a hefty dose of vitamin C, another key nutrient that supports the health of blood vessels in the eyes and helps prevent cataract formation. What makes these nutrients especially powerful is that they work together. Lutein and zeaxanthin protect the delicate structures of the eye from oxidative stress, tiny bits of damage caused by light, pollution, and aging. Beta-carotene keeps tissues moist and functional. Vitamin C repairs and defends. And the best part? These nutrients are absorbed better when they come from whole foods rather than pills. The natural fibers and enzymes in persimmons help your body actually use what you're eating. I often tell my patients, if your body were a garden, these nutrients would be like sunlight, water, and rich soil. Without them, things start to dry up. But with just a small daily supply, things can come back to life. One study even found that diets high in carotenoids can slow the progression of age-related eye diseases. Another showed that people who consume higher levels of lutein and zeaxanthin had significantly better visual performance in low-light conditions. So why wait for a diagnosis when you can start protecting your eyes now? The Japanese don't treat health as something to fix when broken. They preserve it daily. A persimmon isn't a treatment. It's a tradition, a ritual, a gentle act of care, repeated over a lifetime. It's this mindset, prevention through nourishment, that keeps their elders active, alert, and able to see the beauty in each new season. And maybe that's what we can learn too, why this Japanese habit works. When people hear about how Japanese elders stay so healthy, they often ask, is it just the food? The truth is, the benefits go far beyond nutrients. It's the way they live, their habits, mindset, and relationship with food that brings it all together. Let's break down the science simply. Our eyes age just like the rest of the body. Over time, they collect microscopic damage from light exposure, pollution, stress, and poor nutrition. This leads to a buildup of oxidative stress, which slowly breaks down the cells in the retina and lens. Here's where the Japanese approach makes a difference. First, their meals are full of antioxidant-rich foods. These antioxidants act like cleanup crews, neutralizing the harmful molecules, free radicals, that cause cell damage. Persimmons are one of many antioxidant-rich foods in their diet, but they're especially effective because of their concentration of carotenoids. Second, Japanese elders eat slowly, in calm environments and in smaller portions. This helps reduce spikes in blood sugar and lowers inflammation throughout the body, including the eyes. Chronic inflammation is a hidden driver behind many vision issues, including cataracts and age-related macular degeneration. Third, there's the philosophy of Ichiju Sansei, a traditional Japanese meal structure meaning one soup, three sides. This balanced approach ensures variety, a mix of vegetables, healthy fats, proteins, and seasonal fruits like persimmons. It's a naturally anti-inflammatory pattern of eating. And it's not just what they eat, it's how they think about food. There's a deep sense of mindfulness in Japanese meals, sitting down at a table, saying, "Itadakimasu" before eating, a phrase that expresses gratitude to the food and those who prepared it. This sense of connection reduces stress, which in turn reduces cortisol, the hormone that, in high levels, can accelerate aging in the body and eyes. Even their daily movement supports eye health. Regular light exercise, like walking, gardening, or stretching, is common among older adults in Japan. These gentle movements help keep blood flowing to the eyes, delivering nutrients and oxygen where they're needed most. Better circulation means healthier eyes. One study from Japan found that seniors who ate a diet high in fruits and vegetables and walked at least 30 minutes a day had significantly better eye function than those who did neither. It's a complete system. Nourish, move, rest, and appreciate. That's why the same persimmon can have a much deeper impact in the context of a balanced lifestyle. In contrast, many in the West eat quickly, alone, or under stress, often grabbing processed food on the go. Even if the nutrients are similar, the environment around the meal affects how well your body digests and absorbs them. So, when we talk about the Japanese habit of eating persimmons for eye health, we're not just talking about a fruit. We're talking about a pattern of living, slowing down, choosing wisely, and staying connected to food, to others, and to life itself. How to add this fruit to your American diet? By now, you might be wondering, how do I actually eat persimmons? The good news is, you don't have to live in Japan to enjoy their benefits. Persimmons are becoming more common in American grocery stores, especially during fall and early winter. You just need to know what to look for and how to enjoy them. There are two main types of persimmons, fuyu and hachiya. Fuyu persimmons are round and squat and can be eaten like an apple, skin and all, when they're still firm. They're mildly sweet, crisp, and perfect for slicing into salads or pairing with cheese. Hachiya persimmons are longer and more heart-shaped. These must be eaten when fully ripe, soft, almost jelly-like inside, otherwise they'll taste very astringent due to their high tannin content. But once ripe, they're incredibly sweet, almost like a spoonful of honeyed fruit. Here are a few easy, gentle ways to add persimmons to your daily life. 1. Morning slice with tea. Take a ripe fuyu persimmon, slice it thinly, and enjoy it with a warm cup of green tea. It's a peaceful, antioxidant-rich way to start the day. 2. Add to oatmeal or yogurt. Dice a firm fuyu and sprinkle it over your morning oatmeal or Greek yogurt. Add a few crushed walnuts for omega-3s, and you've got a breakfast that supports both brain and eye health. 3. Persimmon salad. Pair sliced persimmon with arugula, goat cheese, and a light vinaigrette. The sweet and peppery contrast is refreshing and beautiful on the plate. 4. Baked treats. Use ripe hachiya persimmons in baking, muffins, quick breads, or even a naturally sweet dessert pudding. Their soft texture blends well with warm spices like cinnamon and nutmeg. 5. Dried persimmons as snacks. In Japan, hoshigaki, dried persimmons, are a cherished snack. If you can find them at an Asian market or specialty store, they're a portable, chewy, naturally sweet option with concentrated nutrients. 6. Smoothies blend a ripe persimmon with almond milk, a banana, and a handful of spinach. You'll get fiber, vitamins, and that eye-protective lutein in one glass. The beauty of persimmons is their versatility. Sweet but subtle, they pair well with both Western and Eastern flavors. And just one fruit a day is enough to make a difference over time. When shopping, choose persimmons that feel heavy for their size and have smooth, vibrant skin. For hachiya, wait until they're very soft to the touch. For fuyu, you can enjoy them firm. If you're new to persimmons, start small. Try one a few times a week and notice how your body feels. Eating with awareness, just like the Japanese do, can deepen the benefits beyond just nutrition. And remember, eye health is not just about food, it's about lifestyle. So pair your persimmon with gentle movement, like a short walk. Take deep breaths. Slow down. These small rituals are what turn food into healing. A real patient story. Her name was Margaret. She was 72, recently retired, and struggling with what she called the fog. It wasn't just her eyesight, it was her energy, her mood, her confidence. Once an avid reader, she had started avoiding books, dimming lights, and skipping her favorite evening walks because she just couldn't see well anymore. During one of our visits, I shared with her the story of persimmons and how Japanese elders used them, not just as food, but as part of a daily rhythm of care. She smiled politely, but didn't seem convinced. "A fruit a day, she said. "Can that really do anything?" But she agreed to try. She found some ripe fuyu persimmons at her local store and began eating one each morning, sliced thin, with green tea, just like we had talked about. That small act became a moment of peace for her. A pause before the day began, a reminder that her health was still something she could nourish. Weeks went by, then months. At her next visit, her energy was different. She looked lighter, brighter. "It sounds silly," she said, "but I feel clearer, not just in my eyes, but in my mind." She was reading again, taking evening strolls with her husband. She'd even started writing short stories for her grandkids. Were persimmons the magic fix? Of course not, but they were a turning point, a first step back toward balance, connection, and confidence. That's the power of simple, consistent choices. Margaret's story reminds me that healing often begins not with a pill or a procedure, but with a change in rhythm, a shift in mindset, a decision to care gently every day, and sometimes all it takes is one small fruit. You don't need a radical diet or expensive supplements to support your vision. Sometimes the most powerful change begins with something as simple as a piece of fruit and a little more care for yourself. The Japanese way reminds us, healing doesn't always come in big, dramatic moments. It often shows up in small, steady habits, like sitting down with a slice of persimmon, taking a deep breath, and choosing nourishment over neglect. If you've been feeling like your health is slipping out of your hands, I hope this video reminded you that it's never too late. Not for your eyes, not for your energy, and not for the way you care for yourself each day. So tell me, have you ever tried persimmons before? Or are you curious to start? I'd love to hear about your experience in the comments below. And if this video spoke to you, please subscribe. We'll keep exploring the small steps that lead to big healing. Together. Medical note. The health information shared here is not medical advice and may not apply to everyone. If you have concerns about your eyes or general health, consult your doctor. If you believe you're experiencing a medical emergency, contact emergency services immediately.